Okay, this is the video to show you how to install the DirectQ 3 water purification system. The system can be hooked on any drinkable water faucet or any already purified. For instance, I have this deionized water faucet in our lab, but most of the time when we are in the field, we will have only drinkable water. So let's assume that this is my drinkable water faucet. First of all, I'm gonna have to install the pre-filter. I made this little T setting to feed the water to the pre-filter, and also have a little faucet remaining for the normal use of water. So you just have to put it on the faucet and then use a screwdriver or a wrench to tighten up the collar. For now, we'll close this valve, so I don't want any water to get out of the pre-filter yet. Not knowing exactly what's the quality of water I'm dealing with, we had some issues with rust on some of the ships that we've been on. So we'll use a 5 micron filter, pre-filter, inside this holder. Set it like this. Just make sure that it's properly sealed. The valve here has some arrow, so this can be turned. Make sure that it's on open. Second thing that we need is to drop the pressure.
Here what I want to say is to adjust the pressure. So we have this pressure adjusting valve.
Valve comes in. It's just a quick connection adapter.
You just have to push the black tubing onto the blue connector and use the yellow nut to tighten it up. I haven't found the user manual for the valve, but you just have to pull on the little wheel at the top and adjust the pressure between 15 and 30 psi, and then you just have to push back on the wheel to lock it in place.
Okay. So now this is the line that feeds the MilQ. This is the bigger black tubing. This one is smaller, this one stays in the sink. The little one is for the reject. So same thing, you just put the tube first and then you just screw the yellow part on. So now the system should be complete. Make sure that this valve is closed. So now I believe we can open. Just feel it slowly at first, just to make sure there's no explosion or any leaks. That seems about right. Alright, now that I have opened my faucet, now I have some water that can be poured out of this little valve over there. We will open slowly this valve. You pull on this like this, so it's up. So with the use, it should go lower. So I've put back the pressure on the system. This. So now the first thing we're gonna do is to plug the unit. If you don't plug the unit right away, it doesn't know that we've installed new filters and you're gonna have an alarm. I'll show you how it looks behind the unit. So the power goes over there. There's a user manual in this little plastic pocket over there. Behind we have this little Tygon tube. This one is for it's an overflow for the tank inside the unit, so it goes in the sink just in case the system keeps pumping water in the tank, so it doesn't break anything. It's just a backup feature. So we have the little black tubing that also goes in the sink. This is for the rejected water. And we have this tubing with the valve. This can also be put in the sink. This is used to get the I believe type 3 water, and the type 1 is the purer. So yeah, so type 3 is coming from this tubing. So now that the connection has been made, all that plumbing stuff has been done, now it's time to install the cartridges. For this video, because the cartridges are so expensive, I'm not gonna install them for real, but it is so simple, and you have the user manual inside the little pocket over here that describes it properly. But the first, so you can have all of this maybe behind the unit on the counter. It's not leaking usually, so any way that you can set it up on the counter or at the back of the sink, that should be fine. And we can always have the unit elsewhere, because it's not really practical anyways. So this is the main filter. That's the Smart Pack DQ3. So this is the filter. The Smart Pack goes inside this. You have those little latches on either side. You need to push on them, and then you can remove the cover. Place that aside. So the filter out of the box comes with this these little black caps. Just remove them, and then you're gonna just slide them. It's well described in the user manual, and there's also an instruction manual how to replace the packs inside the box of the filters. Anyways, so you can always follow them. But you just have to slide them. You push them with your thumbs at the back of the unit, and they will clip inside. I'll show you what it looks like inside. So you have these little ports where the water will go inside the cartridge. This is the UV lamp for the purification of water. There's also a backup lamp that will come with the kit. And this is the Millipack Express 20 filter. This one is the last filter before at the end of the unit, just before you can take any water. This is the last filter. So you install the Smart Pack over here, close the unit, and because the power is on, the unit now knows that it's a brand new filter. After that, go through the user manual that is on the back of the unit, and you will have some rinsing to do. I remember that there's one rinse that need to be done after that you have connected this little fitting where the millipack normally goes. So you just screw the fitting in there, put the rest of the tubing in the sink, and then you flush it. There it goes. So after that you've installed the smart pack in there, I believe that the unit will ask you to leave it for a night while the smart pack conditions itself. Like the water is being recirculated inside the filter. It will fill up the little tank, which is at the back of the unit over here, that feeds for the type 3 water. So this is the millipack unit. It's quite easy to set up. Once you have removed the Tygon tube and the little fitting over here, you can screw in place this. You'll have to remove the blue part from the bell, the plastic bell, and afterwards you're gonna have to dispense some of the water. You just have to click once, the dispensing will start, but you still have some air trapped inside this filter, and this is where this little port here comes into play. So you just have to unscrew it a little bit so the air can rush out of this fitting, and then you just screw it back on once all the air has been expelled out. And after that the unit should be good to go. But I will suggest that you dispense a lot of water, like empty the tank once, fill it up again, do it twice, fill it up again, do it 3 times, 4 times. The more time you're gonna do that, the cleaner the water is gonna be in the tank, because the tank could become a little bit dirty.